Alrighty, we should be coming to you live. Get out of all this and head over here for a tick. Alrighty. We'll give everyone a minute to tune in, and I'm just going to share this on a few different Facebook groups. Good morning to all our members. I should have shared this for you guys a few minutes ago, and we're going to do a bit of gaming research. While we wait for everyone to tune in, we'll just have the charts in the background there. And yeah, feel free to share this with your favorite crypto groups and your friends. And I'm going to walk you through about a dozen interesting gaming projects. Some of them I own, some of them are on my research list. And I think that gaming is the next big sector. A little bit like DeFi. So we've started to see this term D-gaming thrown around. This week there was another term I saw, D-web. So I think, you know, when these narratives tend to take off, you can expect that everything will be D something from now on after the success of DeFi. Fantastic. Okay, I think that's going to work. How are we all this morning? I'll definitely try and read through the comments and all that at the end if we get some time. And this isn't going to be a super deep dive. And you might hear Louis in the background from time to time as well. Awesome. Okie dokie. Cool. So we've got over 100 tuning in already. G'day to everyone. It looks like there's a few Decentraland fans in the chat already. Yeah, and yes, the crypto ads that keep popping up are scams. It is just crazy that YouTube can't do anything about it. After all the technology in the world, all the algorithms in the world, they can choose not to share our content with people anymore, which is just nuts that all the content we used to do about, you know, banking and the Australian housing market and that stuff just doesn't get any views anymore and doesn't get any traction because of the YouTube algorithm, unfortunately. And we've got about 10 minutes till this daily close, and Bitcoin's actually at a pretty important level. We've kind of broken that daily uptrend of stair-stepping higher and broken down out of this daily triangle, and there's a fair bit of selling volume here. So look, maybe we are going to have a bit more of a correction. On the big picture time frame, you know, this weekly here probably becomes the important line that everyone is watching. Have I got it marked better here? Yeah, that was the big 11.5 that everyone was watching a few weeks ago. So break above it, come back and test it. That's not the end of the world. But even so, I mean, look at this run we've had from here to here. Anything really would be a very normal pullback in a bull market. I mean, I'd love to get back here. A lot of people want to buy the dip. And I don't think there's anything bad that's happened. I mean, stocks closed. I think that is a new all-time high on the weekly close there. So there you go. Who would have thought that Bitcoin would be going down when stocks have been going up and setting record highs? And as long as there's that environment, there's as much uncertainty as you want about the election and just about everything. But hey, if stocks keep climbing, I don't see a reason why crypto can't. All right, so we've got nearly 200 watching. Smash those likes, guys. And it's been amazing watching some of these pops this week. Obviously, Amisa Go was one that we've been talking about a lot. It's pulled back a little bit. It exploded up to near $10 on some exchanges, and let's get out the daily chart. It was only A week ago it was trading for $1.60 still. Welcome to crypto. This is why we love crypto. Do your research, get in early. And the other one that I might bring up and show you, a lot of people starting to get excited about this one, and we don't do picks or calls or anything, as you guys know, but when I did my research at the start of the year, I said that this one tops my list in terms of Ethereum projects and its importance, providing insurance or cover for all the DeFi space. Now, at the moment, this one only covers, I did a post last night in the group, 0.5% of all the DeFi funds. So if you think that this one is going to grow and cover 5%, 50%, that's in Nexus Mutual's favor. But if you think the DeFi space is going to grow and it's going to grow its percent that it covers, then there's a lot of potential with this one. That's why I really like it. So Nexus Mutual is actually a security token with a lot of KYC. So they've also launched Wrapped Nexus Mutual, and we're going to talk about the beauty of these tokens and Uniswap and how that's really changed the game for a lot of these projects. And if you're new to all this, we've done an actual module on this just recently. So if you head over to our website and click on Resources Hub, a question that we get so often is, where to find and how do I buy this one? Where is it? And my rule of thumb is, if you don't know how to buy something, you probably shouldn't be buying it. You're not ready to buy it. It's not safe to buy it, because then you buy it and then you get caught. Or how do I use MetaMask? Or my transaction's stuck and they keep pressing send, and then you've run out of gas. And so many people I know have been scammed lately trying to use MetaMask. They jump in and they do things that they don't understand, and they search in Google MetaMask and it brings up a scam wallet, and then they enter in their 12 words. And just rule number one, guys, never give out those 12 words or your private key or anything online, okay? Treat everything as a scam until it's proven otherwise. But yeah, once you learn how to use CoinGecko, I think CoinGecko is better than Coin Market Cap these days. You can head over and you can look at these pools or these dexes. Mooney Swap is the new one that's been launched by 1inch. So I love the name, Mooney Swap, taking the piss out of Uniswap a little bit here. But Uniswap is just brilliant these days. So you can click on the pair that you want, and that'll automatically open up Uniswap on the pair. Because often if you just go to Uniswap and then type this coin, it won't have it there. So that's how you find coins and tokens. So guys, thanks to SAS Crypto. Hey to you as well. Are you concerned about high gas prices? And yeah, I've definitely got a coffee here, mate. High gas prices. The reason that Amisa Go is having a fantastic week is because it is going to help solve that issue. So we're moving Tether over to Amisa Go, to their Plasma layer, which is also a blockchain in and of itself. If that goes really well, they hinted at in a live AMA last night. Let's just bring this up quickly. And we'll timestamp all this later, guys, so you can skip to the gaming parts you want once we get into this research. So Amisa Go has changed their name to OMG Network. I should remember that. So this was the big partnership that happened weeks ago now that we got really excited about. But last night they had this AMA with Hobby, and I don't think that is a coincidence. And I don't know if they officially announced that Hobby are going to be integrating it, but basically once you have a couple of exchanges, I think it just makes sense. And they've really put the foot to the floor. They're basically saying we are the first production grade solution. We're live on Ethereum. We've got interest from some of the world's largest businesses. Join us for this fireside chat. So I didn't get to watch it. If anyone did, let us know in the comments below. But they're basically saying, hey, we can scale Ethereum, integrate, move over. We're secure. Plasma chains allow you to exit when things go wrong. So there's a lot to like about this. And people say, oh, well, what about Matic, or what about Raiden? Is this bad for loop ring? All these different scaling solutions, they complement each other. So if we have a look at Ethereum layer 2 comparison, let's see if this brings up what I want. Different dApps require different technologies and characteristics. So you've got the Lightning Network, like Raiden's doing state channels, or Fate channels that Funfair call it. We're going to talk about Funfair today. Then you got side chains, Plasma like Matic and Amici, optimistic rollups like Synthetics, Validium. I'm not sure of anyone that's using that technology, and ZK rollup, which is loopring and the like. Alrighty, so we're nearly 300 watching. Thank you so much, guys. We are going to get into it all now. And I hope you are excited about gaming as much as I am, because the DeFi run, the DeFi coins, they've just been on a tremendous run. And I think there's starting to get a lot of FOMO in that area, which I don't like. If anything, it really worries me, as you guys know. So I try to look to the next big thing, or what are good projects. And one of my messages has always been about not trying to time the market. You know, in my portfolio, I treat it like a hedge fund, and I've got lots of small investments in 30 plus projects, and I call it my planting seeds, because you know, the scaling technologies have been happening for months now, and it took a while for the market to pick up on that. And Synthetics has been a good project for a couple of years now, but it took a while for the market to pick up on that. There's gaming projects out there which are fantastic, and there's heaps of potential, and that hasn't really changed. But maybe the market takes another month to pick up on that. Maybe it takes another year. We just don't know. So look, some traders prefer to jump in and out of these different projects, but for me, I honestly think the bulk of the move, and just buying a little bit of your favorites, you know, Amici got down to 30 cents a couple of months ago. You don't know when it's going to pop. You don't know when the market is going to recognize that a project is in debt or it's good or whatever. So look, I really like the saying, you want to be on the train, you want to have a ticket and be on the train for the majority of the move. When we have these huge moves, if you make really good money, take some profits, take out your initial investment. The rest of it is a free ride, like our friend Marin Katusa likes to say. So, you know, don't stress about all that. Okie dokie, let's get in and talk about these gaming projects. So the first thing to understand is that ERC20 really took off in terms of making a standard set of criteria that a token can meet, a smart contract on top of Ethereum, and everyone could create their own, you know, currency, and it has these properties that allow everyone to composability is the word I'm looking for, you know, interact with each other, clip together, the DeFi money, the Legos kind of thing. And then we had 721. So this is a little bit different. Again, it's just a set of standards to how to build non-fungible tokens, so unique tokens. Most tokens are fungible, so you can buy half an Ethereum or send half an Ethereum, whereas ERC 721s, they're all unique. So that's a little bit different. They kind of, you know, collectibles, one of a kinds. That's the way you can think of them. But then there's another one that's a step further, which Engine uses, which is 1155. And this gives you a lot more, you know, features and things you can do. So you can actually have, you know, tokens that create other tokens. Better on gas. What else? Atomic swaps, batch transfers, so sending multiple tokens in a single transaction. So that's probably the next step, the evolution, and that's why Engine are really, really bullish, and they've done a lot of work here as well. I'm sure we'll probably see other standards spring up, but it's really important that you understand that these standards allow for these different games to interact and mint different items, but then they can all go into the other's world, and that's what we call that metaverse. So the first game that got everyone really excited, or not really a game, but you know, just collectibles, was crypto kitties. And that just absolutely clogged the blockchain. And I remember first hearing about this and thinking, are people really paying hundreds of dollars for these digital cats that you can then breed? Now, I know I'm not really a cat person. Some of you know we've got our 60-kilo Bernese Mountain Dog, so yeah, I don't know how friendly he is towards cats, but we're not planning on getting cat anytime soon. People love the cat videos and whatever, so this really took off in Korea. Those Asian countries, they love these collectibles and, you know, cute little cartoons, that sort of narrative, and people were paying tens of thousands of dollars for these, and you could breed your own, and they have their own features and so on. So that kind of started it, clogged the Ethereum blockchain. It's still really popular today. But then we started to have more of these, the evolution, and the first few ones we're going to talk about here are sort of, you know, games and worlds and platforms that allow developers and users freedom to build whatever they want. So as it says here, it's really easy for everyone from the developers to the users to trade all their items. There's a marketplace, and there's so much potential for what you can build and the worlds you can build and the games that you can build on Engine. So I've done a couple of interviews there. Check those out, particularly the recent one. Absolutely love that. And one thing that I like about the token here, so the next question with all these is, well, how do you kind of, you know, is there an investment theme here, and what's the way to capture the value if these are successful? So with the crypto kitties, it was, you know, just buying the kitties or breeding them and trying to sell them for a profit and find the rare ones. With Engine token, all these different items are made or sort of melded together using Engine token. So when you click on some of these items in the marketplace, it'll tell you how many Engine tokens it was, you know, created with, and that gives it almost like a base value. Sort of like if you buy a 1 ounce gold coin, you're always going to know that it's worth at least 1 ounce of gold. But if it's a rare coin and it's, you know, really pretty, it's a limited edition, it's got special meaning, it takes on those you know, numismatic sort of characteristics. And it's the same theory here, where two tokens might both have been made with 10 Engine coins, but if one is really rare and it's popular and the kids love it, or adults, you know, people will pay more for these items, whether it's things that they wear, features they can do, potions, games themselves. You know, developers are going to be able to say, hey, I want to build this game, I've got this idea. If someone instead of doing an ICO or an IEO to raise money, they might sell all the items for the game, and those early people get rewarded, and they hand over some Engine coins for that. The game gets developed, and then they get to use those in the game. So it's just leveling the playing field. We keep saying that's what blockchains allow people to do, rather than that same developer going to the big game studio and saying, I've got this idea, and they say, you know, that doesn't really fit with our model, or we want it to be you know, more corporate, or this is the target audience at the moment. So look, I really think that freedom to express and be creative is just going to bring about so many exciting things. So Decentraland, this is the one that I've just blew my mind during that interview. They've been around for a while, and it's always been on my radar, but I guess the progress that they've made recently, and I do want to talk about this. So these are all the different events that they're having. So they recently had a soccer tournament. The winners of the soccer tournament won a gold trophy, and the gold trophy was minted with Digex gold tokens. So it's this idea of bringing everything in, tokenizing everything. And these, at the moment, they're having 2 events a day. So whether it's just competitions or meetups or games or actually conferences, you know, people can't go to live music events at the moment because of COVID. And this is starting to take off, going to a party in a virtual world. So if you've got your VR headset, you know, this is where they want to get to, where everyone is, it feels like you're interacting at an actual dance party. At the moment, a lot of it's just on the screen, and the graphics aren't the greatest. They're not pushing their graphics engine because it's all online and it's early. But so this is Decentraland here, and you can click around and go to different parts, and this is Crypto Valley. So what I want to do and will be doing with the team is building a Nuggets News building. So we see Matic over here. They've got a nice big Matic building. I know people like Grayscale apparently have been buying up a lot of land, and there's things that they want to do here. As in, maybe Grayscale want to have their conferences. So these, what I plan on doing here, and I think is exciting, and I'm fully open to all the different ideas, is having something like a Nuggets News area, and you might go to it, and it may be like a film theater where you can go in and watch a screening of our next documentary, like when we released our housing documentary, or we might have, a meetup over Christmas. We sort of threw this idea out here for members. You come along to the Nuggets News building. If you've got your ticket, or if you've got your Ethereum address that's registered as a member, you can walk in the door, and that will give you access, and then you could meet up with other Nuggets News members and that kind of thing. So anything is really possible in here. I think in future, imagine walking to this and pretending that this is like the MCG or a big basketball or soccer, football sort of game, because at the moment people can't go to those because of crowds. So imagine Decentraland partnering up with the NBA and approaching them and saying, hey guys, you're losing all this money at the moment because people can't go. What if we can get you thousands of people to pay $10 for a virtual ticket? And the other thing is, when you go to that game, you choose your seat, and everyone has the best seat in the house. But in the virtual reality world, it just looks like all the other seats are full with different people. So, I mean, you can start to see why my mind is just kind of blown, and the possibilities when I start to think about all this kind of stuff. Let's check the comments about what you guys are saying and what you think about all that. It's like the Matrix, yes. And the other thing is that when you go into these worlds, they can actually have a game within a game. And then within that game, there might be another game to do. So it actually is like Inception, where you can go layers and layers deep, and each little building, the developer can have their own gaming engine within that. So yeah, really excited, really bullish. Keep an eye out for the Nuggets News building in there. I'd love to get to the point where we have, a receptionist, and maybe it's a bot for the very basic stuff. And then if someone needs a lot of help, maybe we have some support staff, and you can book an appointment with someone to get help. It has the tutorials built in. Who knows? It's just, the possibilities are really, truly endless there. All right, so Crypto Voxels is another one that you've probably heard about. Very similar. They're doing the virtual world thing. In terms of what gives this value, it's a little bit like cryptocurrencies. So obviously, if you're buying land in a digital world, there can be as many digital worlds as people want. But it starts to become like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Who are the early movers? Who are the most popular? Who has the network effects, the track record? So I think there's probably room. It's not going to be one winner take all, but a lot of these, like Decentraland, are very happy to work with these other projects. And a lot of the games and the collectibles, because they're all set to these standards, they can all be in Decentraland. So you could have an engine gaming building in Decentraland, or you could go to the art collection and have all the super rare art in a I think they've already got that in there. So Sonium Space, another one here. The ones that I'm most bullish on at the moment are Engine and Decentraland. I haven't done a full deep dive into this one, but it is on my list. I'm not sure if we're going to have a look around here, but same sort of thing. Build your own virtual realities. Do what you like. Let's not have too much of a look around there, but same sort of concept. Next one up here, this are actually an Australian team, the Sandbox. Now, I did want to have them on for my second episode of Nuggets Grill, and they were doing their IEO on Binance, and they moved that forward, so I didn't get to do that with them. So that kind of disappointed me a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole IEO get a lot of hype and a lot of money model on Binance. I'd much rather it be more natural and grassroots and community led. and a lot of their stuff is, again, kind of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years after these other projects. And in some ways, I think it's like a bit of a, oh, me too, we're doing this as well project. But hey, I mean, it's hard to bet against the Binance marketing and everything. And look, I'll ask them these tough questions. I still want to do that interview. But this one, I think it already did a 20x from when it had an IEO. So look, you guys know that I don't like chasing things that have pumped necessarily. Sandbox, bit of an overview there. You know, Atari, some big gaming names there. Yeah, it's always hard to get a bet against these ones that have the money behind them. Import your Minecraft work. You know, the big game, the actual big legacy games that have millions of players, if they can get those partnerships and onboard people, I think Engine and Decentraland have got partnerships with some of those really big games as well. So it's all heading in the right direction. PlayKey's a smaller one. So look, I have covered this before. This is cloud-based gaming. What was it? I think it was well over a year ago when I did this best gaming projects in crypto, and all of them have done really well. Apart from PlayKey, I wouldn't say it's done badly, but what's happened in the meantime, so that was 31st of May, so coming up on 18 months. What's happened in the meantime there is basically a lot of the big boys got in this cloud-based gaming space. So Nvidia, Google, and what this means is that you can play the best video games on any old computer, and the rendering and the graphics and all the hard work is being done in the cloud. So in a server, in Google's servers, or Nvidia, their servers. But with PlayKey and these decentralized models, what they want to do is say, hey, Alex, you know, you've got a beast of a computer. If you run games for people and become a server for your network, so say there's gamers in Tasmania, maybe I'm the closest server, you know, they will pay me the PlayKey currency and coin, and that becomes the native currency to buy, sell, trade items, reward users, for users to pay other users to you know, stream and use their cloud server. So yeah, basically your computer, your old laptop, even your phone, I think that just becomes the screen for the best high-end modern games. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. But I think it's so interesting. I would be disappointed. It's like a case of the underdog. I'd hate it if these guys, like a small Russian team, got beat by the big boys when they had a really cool concept, and it's like they stole their idea, sort of thing. Anyway, so look, Wax, super strong team, really experienced. Same idea with skins, items, William Shatner, and they're starting to do these NFTs, these card games, these figurines, these collectibles. The first one sold out, Blockchain Heroes. This is like, you know, I think Mike Novogratz and all the big names in blockchain. And then just a few days ago, they had, is it on here? Let's see if it's on their blog. They had the Red Fox, and that sold out as well. So this is the Red Fox Labs that I did the interview with Benny the other day. They just had a huge partnership with Coincilium, who are a listed company on a stock exchange in London. You can see here, these are the collectibles, and people have got these up for offer for thousands and thousands of dollars. Look, I got an ultra rare one, and I checked the marketplace, and someone's trying to sell it for like $1 million. So look, I'm not sure if anyone's going to pay that much money, but some of them are trading for thousands of dollars already. So these are called cogs, and they're like the old Pogs or Tarzos. So, you know, you play this in a digital world, and it's got all the graphics, and a little bit like the pokies in terms of the bells and the whistles and the dopamine, and people just absolutely love this stuff. So people were asking me about Red Fox and, you know, where you can buy it. So again, I know it's really frustrating when it's not on the exchanges that we all know and love. Look, Liquid is one that Benny told me is trustworthy. So on here, it's only got like medium grade, fair trust score, but Benny told me that, you know, he's got funds on there, and there's a lot of their Aussie team that have got self-managed supers set up through Liquid. So it's got full KYC. That's got decent volume. But the thing with these small coins is you can't go in and just buy, one Bitcoin's worth. There's just no liquidity. The price jumps and then comes back down. So with these small projects, if you're interested in them, you kind of got to come along and try and buy $100 each day, and build a position if you like what they're doing. Now, I mean, this is kind of me speculating, but so Red Fox is built on Komodo, but they've just partnered with the Rootstock, which is Bitcoin's smart contract layer. So look, I think that they'd be looking to issue their collectibles on those different chains. Maybe they look to launch RFox as a Bitcoin token. So maybe the Bitcoin maximalists get on board. Maybe they do it as a Wax token on EOS or the Wax blockchain. Maybe they do it at Ethereum ERC20. It's very possible to have the coin on multiple chains at the moment. So yeah, that's just, again, interesting to think about. The question becomes, well, where does the value capture happen? Is it in those individual cogs, and the rare sort of, is it in the games that they make and the revenue that they get? Because some of these, like Gods Unchained, which is next on the list here, they didn't do a token, they sold equity. I passed on that, which stupidly shouldn't have. Look, it was a large amount that they wanted people to put in for equity when they first raised. But look, the cards themselves have accrued a lot of value, and those rare ones are worth more than others. But this is a really cool game. The gamers tell me, not one that I've played, but yeah, you put the cards down, the graphics, like Magic the Gathering, those sort of things. You can see it here. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I can see why people love this. The gamers love it, but with a kid these days, I don't have enough hours in a day to get back into gaming. Next one here, game credits. So this is a really old project, one of the first gaming projects, one of the oldest cryptocurrencies actually, and it's recently being rebought and had a big facelift overhaul. They've migrated to become an Ethereum ERC20 token like we just spoke about with Red Fox. So look, I think these projects are very aware that you don't need to be on a good exchange and pay Binance $1 million. If you're an ERC20 token, you're going to get decent volumes on Uniswap, Balancer. You can create those pools if you want. This one's actually on CoinSpot in Australia, which doesn't show up here, unfortunately. But yeah, look, one that I think that I definitely want to have the guys on the podcast and ask them what they're up to, because some of the members in our group have been saying that they love Splinterlands, a range of games already. So look, when there's a lot of games and if there's a lot of users, that's a big step forward compared to these newer ones that might have more money but don't have the users. So they're the sort of cases, the investment themes I'm looking for there. Neon District, not one that I know a heap about yet, other than they're creating full-on RPG games. I do very much plan on having them on the channel as well for a podcast. But if anyone has played some of these Neon District games, let me know. I think they've got partnerships with like PUBG and whatnot. Very, very cool looking graphics here. I'll have a look at the comments at the end if you guys have played this one or not. Axie Infinity. Now, this one is very similar to Crypto Kitties, where you can breed your own collectibles. There's one token already called the Special Love Potion, and that's what you use to make different items or breed the collectibles. But they actually just announced recently that they're launching a governance token. So look, it's a little bit like 2017 when people start launching tokens when everything's hot, but let's wait and see what the characteristics of it are. Does it have good utility, feature rich, rewards, staking, bonuses, discounts? I think token models have come a long way since 2017. First Blood is one that I just wanted to mention because it was one of the first really excited ICOs on Ethereum, and since then it's really been quiet. So look, they hold these esports and gaming tournaments on their platform, some of the big names. I don't think the token's been doing that well. I'd have to look into it, but maybe that's one that does need a bit of an overhaul and some more utility, because I know there was a lot of buzz about this, and the partnerships they had from very early on at ICO. I think it raised a record amount at the time as well. Okay, so people still ask me about Funfair. Look, I'd say this is more gambling, getting into that area, but look, I think people are going to get pretty creative and launch all sorts of games. So there's kind of, you can whitelist the technology, everything from horse racing and betting. Some of these already look like they're just more fun games than the traditional, blackjack and roulette. The token becomes the native currency, the blockchain, and that provably fair. That's what they're saying. So you don't want to go online and play blackjack or roulette and know that the odds are against you and that this company is just fleecing everyone. And provably fair, cutting out the middleman. The middleman becomes software. That means that you win more as a player. That attracts more users. I think the big problem they've got is like a lot of dApps, that the average person wants to download this and play it on their phone. They don't want to have to learn how to use MetaMask or buy Ethereum. So some projects have chosen to pay the gas themselves or create those wallets automatically and hold their keys. Look, hopefully that's going to get a lot better, that process. That's basically it for the games that we're looking at, guys. Let's just have a look at that price chart again. Not the prettiest, as it closed right on the lows below the triangle there. So maybe we are going to have a bit more downside this weekend. But I just think maybe Bitcoin is the leading indicator, and it has a rough weekend, and then stocks open down on Monday. But I don't know about you guys, but who's really selling their Bitcoin? Some people are taking profits. It's been a good run. When you look at the future and you look at the log chart and where we're going, it's just so early on. Look at how hard the altcoins have run. Are you really, really selling when you've been holding for so long, waiting for this next major bull market? I don't think so. Look, maybe a few red weeks, a bit of a pullback, something like this. It's happened many times in bull markets, 30 to 40% corrections. It is nothing to be scared about at all. It'll feel like the world's ending when we get down here. But if you're one of those people that have been doing the right thing, taking profits on the multiple projects that we've been covering. Look, someone said to me the other day, I think on Twitter, you've been bragging a lot recently, and look, I apologize if it is coming across that way, guys, but I sort of responded in the way that, we've honestly had a really good run recently. More than a dozen coins that I think that are up over 1,000%, or synthetics. It's done 150x returns, which is absolutely nuts. And it's not myself, it's the research team. Matt and the Nuggets news team, our partners like Sentiment. These guys deserve credit. It's certainly not me that's just doing all these picks. So here we have a screening theater as well. So let me know what you guys think about the Nuggets news idea. Would you love that? Would you come in? Would you come to a meetup? And would you want to talk to other people, other Nuggeteers in our group? I just think these concepts, the potential, man, oh man, it blows my mind. But maybe I'll just sit on the chart and we'll see if Bitcoin continues to go lower. It could even be a little live trade here, guys. If we get a bit of a bloodbath here and a lot of panicking, it might be time to catch a falling knife for the day traders, for the experienced day traders, not for the beginners. All right, let's have a look at these questions. Actually, I'll let you guys look at the charts if you want, and I'll have a look at these questions as they come in. Bitcoin doesn't work. So, look, Bitcoin does need to scale. I have no problem with Ethereum helping Bitcoin to scale. I think it's just the maximalists that have a problem with that. Everyone getting into alts. BitMEX destroying longs. Golem's pumping 100%. So Golem is another one that I do own and I do really like. Let's just have a look what Golem's doing. Let's get it on a better exchange with a bit more liquidity. Is it on Binance? It's on a log chart. So Golem, 8 cents to 16 cents. It's so funny. Look, I'll show you guys a recent post I put up. Maybe it was a responding to someone else's comment. But basically, there's a piece that I read recently about D-Web Ethereum. No, actually, I shared it on Twitter. Let's find it that way. So D-Gaming, what we covered today, I'm very, very excited about. But this was another article all about D-Web, as they're calling it. And just to clarify, all that means is that the infrastructure and those other layers, there's so much potential there to capture that for these other protocols. So some of the dApps that we're seeing, like maybe I didn't share it there. Maybe some of the dApps that we're seeing, Uniswap, Kyber, Synthetics, these things are really exciting. But can we have decentralized file storage, processing power, which is exactly what Golem does? iExec RLC is another good one. So look, there's a lot of potential there. Filecoin for file storage instead of using Amazon Web Services. Google Cloud. You know, we're continually seeing all these big companies that are bullying these smaller projects, and that can really hurt your life's work. You know, if YouTube decides to take all my videos down, if I don't have those backed up, that's everything gone. So there's so many opportunities for every single layer of the computing world, of the stack, to become decentralized. And I think that's been my message the whole time in Nuggets News. You know, how many times have you guys heard me say it's the good projects and the ones that need to be decentralized that I'm most excited about? And it feels like I own a lot of coins in my portfolio. You know, there's 30 or 40, but they're all in these different layers, these individual themes. You know, Orchard this week, decentralized VPN for privacy. I just think there's a lot of angles that are all going to capture market share off these huge billion-dollar industries, and they've only got to capture a little slice to have these huge returns. And some of them are going to fail and go to zero, and that's how you've got to treat a venture capital investment portfolio in such a risky space. Will Amigo be partnering with any other stablecoins? There's no reason why any ERC20 token can't use Amigo. Yeah, it's funny that YouTube can censor and demonetize videos within hours, or even straight away sometimes, but they can't take down these scam ads. I mean, I would have thought it would be so easy for them to block the QR codes and anyway. So Dharma and Argent are both mobile wallets that have currently removed fees for users. Very, very cool. So these are what we call like Web3 wallets. And all that means is that once you're in here and you have the Dharma wallet on your phone, a lot of these other protocols are embedded, or you can interact with them. So I might say, hey, do you want to borrow or do you want to lend your coins? Do you want to go over to Funfair and play a game? And it has your wallet embedded and everything is already there. That is the Web3, the DeFi, the money Legos all coming together. You'll go into Decentraland. It'll just be all in this one wallet app. It is just an interface allowing you to interact with everything else that's on Ethereum, which you can think of it like the world computer. I know it's a little bit corny and cheesy name, but you're looking at, and everything that's out there in the ethos, the digital ethos, look, I want to store this file on Filecoin. Hey, I've got this this art project I need doing, or a scientist needs a huge calculation done about all the different molecule combinations or DNA, and they use that, and they use Golem to do all the rendering for that. And it's all just a click of a button in one wallet or one browser. And, we've got Ethereum name service. So I just say, oh, hey, really great comment. So Christopher Dowsin, thank you for the $8 donation. Appreciates the great content. Maybe I say, someone else, oh, great comment. What's your Ethereum name service? What's your Ethereum name? And they say, it's Bobo Deluxe. And then I just send $5 to Bobo Deluxe. And by then we've probably got, smart voice technology, and just me saying that, my wallet will automatically send that person that money. So it's, hopefully you guys are really starting to see why I'm so excited about why this is all coming together. Mainframe is a DeFi project. I'm still very interested in that. But today's all about gaming, guys. Yeah, you can use an ad blocker. So, look, if you don't have Brave Browser, you all should, because this blocks all ads, all cookies, all trackers. So this is one of my 3 computers I use, and it's probably not even one I use the most, to be honest. And this has already blocked 2 million trackers and ads in the year or two since I've been using Brave. It's saved 3 gig in bandwidth, so when websites are trying to download other crap and it slows it down, and when you wait for all that crap to load and whatever, it's saved me 1.2 days of my life. So there you go, that's very cool. Adam, thanks for the $5, Adam. $5 US as well. That's what's that? Nearly $7-8 in Australia. Do you know of any companies working on making easy access to digital economy, easier for online games, providing APIs? Most of these projects are providing APIs for sure. So all these platforms that I mentioned, Decentraland, Engine, they're all building those APIs for these mainstream projects to plug into. And I think that's what I spoke about before. It might be in the news here, that they've already got these partnerships with some of the biggest games, so that they can just plug in and give their users the same experience. So yeah, SDK for Java, Engine plugin for Minecraft. I think that's the one I was thinking about. Yes. Oh, just a quick note. We get a lot of questions about how the new platform's coming along. So I might try and find a post from the team if they've been giving people some sneak previews. So this is one of the products. We've got a range of new products that we're going to be offering. We know that people are busy, so a lot of this stuff's going to be focused on saving you time. So like headline analysis, and we really want these snapshots that people can get to check in each night, and then maybe watch the weekly update on a Sunday, and just try and figure out ways to keep people across everything, our research, and save them time. So there's going to be 4, maybe 3, maybe 4 tiers of the new membership, but current members, if you're a member before we make the switch to this new system, you'll lock in this pricing, which is $49 a month, $139 a quarter, $500 a year. Some of the new tiers and the new research is going to have more. And look, we're even looking at getting like a really top tier for high net worth guys, and we're getting a fund manager in once a month to talk about what they're seeing and some behind the scenes stuff, maybe more access to myself. And yeah, but basically all you loyalty members are going to keep getting everything that you get now, when the price will go up a little bit for everyone else, because we've got to make the switch, and we've got 17 staff on the books now, and they don't work for free, unfortunately. So if you've been thinking about it, jump in. Ethverse, yeah, I think it's another one that's everyone's sort of shilling at the moment. Look, I'm really conscious. I'm really conscious of projects that get shilled too much. I'd much rather them get the grassroots natural momentum behind them. These are the sort of projects I want to have on the channel, and I ask them hard questions. Pascal coin, that rings a bell as a scam, so I'd say be careful. If all our giveaways and announcements and stuff, just follow our you can follow the Facebook without actually having a Facebook if you want to check, or you can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, the website. Big announcements go out everywhere. How do we work for Nuggets News? Well, we're continuing to hire and expand the team, but you've got to keep an eye on LinkedIn, because we don't announce them publicly, because we had hundreds of people apply just from one LinkedIn post. So if I put it on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, we don't want to be sorting through thousands of resumes. Unstoppable domains is very similar to Ethereum name service. I think it's a little bit more centralized. The company, there's a company there, whereas the Ethereum name service is just the software cutting out the middleman. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I think that's a better decentralized model that we'll get to. No hidden gems in particular. I have been trying to buy a little bit of Red Fox here and there, but it's very hard. I think I'll wait for that to get on some bigger, better exchanges. Look, there's no rush. If we have a pullback like we're having now, all these alts are going to come down. Everyone FOMO'd like crazy into Mana when I got really bullish on it. And look what happened. It's almost like, that's why I hate sort of even talking about a lot of these projects that are a little bit smaller, because it can cause them to pump and dump. And, I'm investing in these for the next few years. I have not sold any tokens that I've bought through here. When things go 10x, that's when I'll look to take some profits. But yeah, long term, dollar cost average, the same as you would with Bitcoin or whatever if you like a project. And if it keeps pumping and it gets away from you, Link was one that kind of did that to me. Cardano was one that did that to me in 2017. I just couldn't get in on a pullback. And then I waited here and had orders filled at like 10 cents. And some at 7 cents, and maybe even some at 4 cents, I think, from memory. A month ago, I bought way too much of it, $6, and people gave me a lot of crap about backing the truck up at $6, and that was a painful decision for a long time. I did get to bring the average cost down a little bit buying some throughout here, but it's nice when it pumps to nearly $10, and that's a pretty big pullback today. So when something goes from $1 to $10, people are going to take profits. So again, if you had a FOMO'd here yesterday, and a lot of people were messaging me saying I'm FOMOing, wait for the pullback. If it doesn't come, don't worry. I'm going to wrap it up soon, guys. I'm going to the farmer's market with the family. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Look, add those projects to your list. I do own the big ones, Mana and Engine. Members, if you have a look at my portfolio, it's all clearly labeled, the other gaming projects I own and why. Remember all the lessons we've spoken about today. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a buying opportunity this weekend. So, look, I'll talk to you tomorrow night in the weekly market update. But stay safe out there. Please smash that like button. Head over to nuggetsnews.com.au. Check out all the free stuff, particularly for your friends and family that are getting into crypto. Please share that with them. And if you want to join our premium area and get all our premium research, join the crypto community before the launch of the new platform when prices will be going up. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.